Okay, so new director training. This is so exciting. This is so exciting. When me and Crystal used to do these, it was just me and Crystal, and we're like, so it's so nice to have directors underneath us, and I'm going to do shout outs first. If anybody is going to pop on or if they watch the recording, we had 5 directors for both last month. We had Ashley Parker, Beth King, Lisa Hall, Erica Crouch, and Christina Jackson. Everybody promoted to director. Then we had 2 star director promotions. We had Crystal Klingman promote to star, and I also promoted to star director. So lots going on with our teams and our groups. So it's very, very exciting. I want to talk to you guys a few things about some director perks. So if you guys know, you get to pick your team name. That's fun. So you should have received an email from Cincy. If you have not, let me know. But you basically get to pick your team name, which is a lot of fun. Nobody else in Cincy can have that name, and it's just a fun thing to do. So after your name is approved, let me know. I'd love to know what your team name is. I am keeping track of some things for you guys. So just send over your team name once it's approved, and we can go from there. Then,
sorry.
Yes, go for it.
I
No, go for it.
The email from Cincy.
Okay.
I did get like a congratulation email from someone named Deb, I think it was.
Deb Bowden. She's amazing. Okay.
Yes, but that's all I've received.
That's all I got too.
Beth and Ashley. Have you guys received a call from Cincy yet? Because normally they call you on the phone.
No.
Okay.
No.
Receive call or email about team names. Okay, I'll check on that tomorrow, guys. Sorry about that. Okay, I'll see what's going on. I mean, I know it's only the 11th and commissions are on the 10th, but typically they're pretty quick with it. But with everything going on, just might be done, you know? They just might need a little reminder, or they might not have gone out yet. Okay, you get to be on top secret director pages. So you get to be on Directors on the Journey. You get to be on the official Cincy Directors page, and also the What Did You Share Directors page, which I highly suggest getting all notifications on Directors on the Journey and What Did You Share Directors page, because there's some really good golden nuggets on the What Did You Share page and Directors on the Journey. The official Cincy Directors page is more for like updates from the home office and things like that. So that's why they have the What Did You Share page. So I highly suggest those pages. Sometimes on the official Cincy Director pages, they do give out some hints sometimes as to products coming out. So you will sometimes get that. Please do not share those with your team, because guess what? They will think that you know everything and then hound you about everything. And we don't know everything. So remember that. Director consistency. So this is what I'm tracking for you guys, director consistency. So there are bonuses for you to hit director paid at title 3 and 6 months in a row. Okay. So if you hit director for 3 months consecutively, you get the option of free registration at the next Cincy Family Reunion. So that'll save you $300 right there. If you hit director 6 months consecutive, it will give you the option of free registration at the next leadership. So leadership is open before, and you can actually now make sure that you register for the free leadership on our on the current SFR, because it's free for directors and above, I want to say, this year, since everything is online. So if you don't see that event on your workstation, let me know and we can try and figure it out, since I know you guys just promoted. But there is free leadership. Leadership is basically for directors and above, and they have leadership trainings that are free for us. Typically, it's a day or two before we actually go to SFR, and they open it up for directors and above, but they're doing it online this year since everything is virtual. So that is the 3 and 6 months consistency. Somewhere in there, there's luggage. I printed out the director consistency bonus facts, and it's on the workstation, but I don't see anything about the luggage on there. So I'm going to have to look into that.
Do you
Somehow
also, if you hit it 3 months and 6 months, do you get free Cincy SFR and the leadership, or do you have to
Yes.
pick one?
No, you get both.
Okay.
And it has to be used within 12 months, within a 12-month period of earning it.
Okay.
Okay. So make sure you do that. So that's why paid at title is so important. Paid at title is important for director consistency and the bonuses you get with them. But it's also good because if you guys have noticed the pay jump in your pay between SSD and director,
Yes.
okay? There's a really big pay jump because those bonuses are such a big jump, even with your PWV bonuses. So make sure you understand the compensation plan and make sure you guys are tracking your consistency. I'm doing my best to track your consistency, but you always want to make sure that you're tracking that as well. And when you have directors, that you track theirs as well.
So
Does it start? Go ahead.
No, it starts
Go ahead.
the month you hit. I know
Oh,
exactly what
okay.
you're going to do because I already checked on the director page. I was like, I
Okay.
can't remember. So last month was your first month paid at title. So Ashley is already paid at title this month too, which is insane, girl. You got some rock stars on your team.
I do.
You really do. So
And one of them is on this call.
Yep, she's amazing. So, yeah, that was the first month you hit. The month that you promote is your first month. So Ashley, you're already on 2 months. So you hit next month, and that's already your 3-month consistency, and you get free leadership next year. I mean, free reunion next year.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. That's how I went to New Orleans for free. I got leadership. Leadership used to be hosted at a different date than reunion, and yeah, I took New Orleans and had a blast.
Wow.
So those are some. It's boot camp. Boot camp is something that they offer to directors, and it's 2 times a year. It's normally in the spring and in the fall. I want to say the cost is $100. That just covers the registration and your hotel, and I think maybe 1 meal a day. It does not cover getting to and from the home office. But while you're there, I think it's a 3-day program, and you get to tour the facility, you get to meet staff, you get to have training. It's really fun. I've never done it. I really want to do it, but they have Star Summit, so I'll probably do that and see you guys there. But that's something I would budget for because I'm hoping that in the fall they'll open it back up.
Okay.
So that's.
Can we bring, are we allowed to bring our people, like our husbands or boyfriends?
That is a good question. I've never seen that before.
Okay. So you go alone?
Yes, you go alone and you bunk with another director, and they have, you can bunk with Ashley if you guys are close, or they'll have like an in search of, and you'll find your perfect roommate. Like me and my friend Stacy, we always bunk together, and that's the first time I met her.
Okay.
Was that you just kind of figure out who's going to work for you. So, okay. The next one, okay, so we went over paid at title. You guys know how to be paid at title.
Mm-hmm.
Consistency, yes. 3 months, 6 months, your team page. Okay. I really hate to do this to you guys because I really hate it. But the team page, you guys your team are going to be removed from your directors or star directors team pages. So we do that because it helps you become a better leader, and it helps your team sees you as a leader. You guys will stay on our team pages, so you guys don't have to worry about it. But you really need to step up your team pages and schedule your posts and do things like that if you're not already doing that. So yeah, team pages are huge.
Do you schedule how many posts do you schedule a day, and do you make sure that you hit on specific things, or do you just put random stuff out there?
Okay, so on our leaders on a purpose page, I think if you type in team page, there should be some ideas that come up. That I schedule 2 times a day, in the morning, at night. Crystal schedules 3 times a day, in the morning, at lunch, and at night.
Okay.
And typically I go by the Cincy calendar. So if something is releasing, I put a note before it. So say warmer of the month, it drafts on the 15th. On the 14th, I'm going to put a reminder on there that they need to go ahead and edit their subscription, manage their subscription, all that good stuff. And Monday can be motivational Monday. Tuesday can be, I'll have one day for sponsoring, one day for parties, one day for follow-ups, things like that. And then since he makes any announcements, then I'll post those if I get those.
Okay.
Randomly. So, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Okay, so we talked about paid title. We're going to talk about the director queue. The director queue. It's the dreaded director queue. So, being director is where you can start losing your title. If you don't get paid for 3 months, if you don't get paid a title for 3 months, you drop down to SSC. You lose your title. But that's 3 months in a row. So you have 3 months to get out of the queue and hit those numbers again. And they give you that grace because sometimes things that life happens, and it happens. But we want to make sure that we're doing our best to be paid a title, and you're really working with your teams. I also printed this off. If you guys, I highly suggest it. It's on your workstation. It's called New Director Guide. And this is a resource that Cincy gives you. It's basically like, you're a director now. What do you want? What your team expects? What Cincy expects of you? 5 fundamentals of team building. Like, just because you're a director, what do you need to work on? And right now, coaching is one of the big ones. I can't tell you how big that is for your business. And growing directors, first gen, second gen, recognition, all the things. So I would highly suggest you guys print this out and take a look at it. Also, there's director consistency bonus FAQs on the workstation, and there's even a compensation plan for new directors. So literally go to your news tab, type in director, you get a ton of resources. Do you guys have any questions for me about what to expect as a director, or anything you see challenging wise, or what you're excited about? Like, what are you guys thinking?
So you said that we can never lose our SSC title ever?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You can't lose your title, but you don't necessarily have to be paid a title.
Right. So you might not get the bonuses as SSC, but you'll always have Superstar Consultant up under you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's kind of weird.
It is weird. It starts getting weird around director. But you can never lose your title as an SSD.
As an SSD?
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
So once you hit SSD, you will never lose your title. That doesn't mean you're paid a title, but you can never be demoted. Never lose your title.
Superstar Director from Cincy.
Superstar Director. And then I was going to talk to Ashley, and while that's on the phone, Ashley, you need one more first gen director to hit star director, because Beth is technically your first gen director, because there's no directors between you and her.
Oh, is that how that works?
Mm-hmm. It's not frontline, it's first gen.
Get out of here.
Okay.
I did not know that.
Okay. So I was confused about that for the longest time. I was like, because when I was, when me and Crystal first started out, we were trying to figure this out. And I was like, well, does her directors count as my front? Like, so Beth is my second gen because Ashley's my first. So if Ashley, if somebody promotes, like say Tanya promotes to director, which we're going to try and get her to, Tanya would be your first gen and Beth would be your second gen. So you'd still need one more frontline director. So we need to we'll talk about that on our coaching call, like who you need to really train up and keep your eyes on in your team, who's going to be a rock star.
I did not know that. That's got me real excited.
Yeah. So you help Ashley get one step closer to star director.
Awesome.
And same thing with you, Beth. You want to make sure that you're working on people in your team and you're guiding them and coaching them and seeing people who are constantly recruiting. Like even this month, we need to recruit. As a director, my goal, and I've told you guys this a lot of times, is the 2-2-2 method, which is 2 recruits, 2,000 PRV every month for 2 years, 6-figure salary.
Yep.
Okay. So even though we don't have a join special right now, we always have Earn a Kit. And if you're not offering Earn a Kits every single month, that's something that you need to work on in your business, because it can bless somebody's life. I mean, it's life-changing income that can happen from it. So definitely want to think about that.
How are you finding people from different states? Like Beth, you have a lot.
So when my mom works at the bank, and she used to work with a girl named Promise, and Promise had a sister that lived in the Bahamas, and I used to do parties all the time for her with my other direct sales company that I used to do. And she whenever I reached out to her and I was like, hey, I'm not doing this company anymore, but I really I'm starting fresh with something new. I really would love, like support, help jumpstart my business, blah, blah, blah. Well, she had moved to Wisconsin at the time. And we did a virtual party for her, and she had no sales, and that's Tiffany. So I think she's in Wisconsin. How do you say that?
She is in Wisconsin. Because I saw that. I was like wondering.
So that's where she's at. But on her not her launch party, but on her virtual party that I did for her, she introduced me to one of her friends who was a writer. So I think that Tiffany travels a lot, and I think she knows a lot of people from different states. And her friend was a writer who lived in Alabama, and her friend wanted to do a party with me, but I mentioned Earn a Kit, and we did Earn a Kit, and she decided not to even do Earn a Kit. She just wanted to buy her kit. So that was her name's Heather, but on the workstation it's Mary. So then we have a whole bunch of people in Alabama, Wisconsin.
That's awesome.
Yeah, parties really are the best way to find new people. I have found that if it was not for parties, that's how I get my PRV.
Mm-hmm. And that's how it should be, because like you said, you're increasing your customer base. A lot of people that I did coaching calls with today were talking about how they were struggling with their PRV. And I was like, well, how many parties do you have booked? They're like, none. I'm like, how are you getting your PRV? Posting.
No.
That's not how you're going to sustain a business. That's how you're going to get random sales. Right. Obviously, I'm going to go live with my BB&Bs and sniff them. I'm going to do Instagram posts. I'm going to do Facebook posts. But am I going to rely on those? No, because those don't give me the connections that I have. Like right now, I have a party going on in Idaho. And I've already talked to one person about joining, and they were like, I physically can't join because my mom works at Cincy and you can't have that. And I was like, okay, which I'm going to find a lot of in Idaho, I think. But it's getting me new customers. It's getting me to have those conversations that I wouldn't have if I didn't have a party. And the other party that I have is just kind of quiet. We'll see how it goes. And then I have 2 more parties and a fundraiser, which the fundraiser is out in Charlotte, which is getting me out of my zone as well.
Right.
So you have to party, Ashley, and focus on that with your teams too. So let's talk about numbers for a second. So I'm going to give you guys some numbers to strive for, and really, really think about the numbers that you have in your team. You want to look at your team as a whole, because your team wholesale value is super, super important, especially when somebody is about to promote. So Ashley and Beth, if you have somebody on your team who's about to promote to director, know that when they promote, it's going to take TWV away from you.
Right.
So that's why you always need to be recruiting. You always need to be having your parties. You always need to strive for that 2,000 PRV, because that's going to cover a huge chunk of your TWV. That makes sense. So goals for you guys, and this is, over a year. to know how many frontline you have. So I want you guys to strive for at least 50 frontline,
Okay.
personally enrolled consultants, and have 50% or more active. So 25 or more active frontline. You really want to dig in to know how many lead consultants you have, how many star consultants you have, and how many superstar consultants you have on your team. And Beth and I were just talking about the Coach the Coach program and running those reports to see who's on the brink of promoting. Like I ran my reports today and I noticed that I have an issue because nobody is near promoting this month when everything was crazy last month. So that shows me that it was hyper growth last month. We need to work on some things within our team this month. And we need to work on promoting. Like we should still, like I said, still all be recruiting, still all be doing parties, still all coach, no matter where we are in our business. So yeah, those are just some numbers I want to
I don't
throw
know.
out to you.
I think it was Coach the Coach, so I don't know if you heard it yet. But I think Justin said he was talking to one of his friends or business partners or something like that, and he said, I don't remember what title, but it was either superstar consultant, director, star director, or superstar director. He said that what he noticed was whatever title he said, they always have 4 lead consultants under them, always. So that was something that I like wrote down because it sounded like a goal to have.
Yeah, and that's what I've been doing every month is pulling those reports. I pull up how many leads I have, how many stars I have, see how close they are to promoting, see what they need to help them get where they are. You're always going to have people that are essential and certified in your business.
Yeah.
You're going to have those people that sit at certified, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. People want to do this as a hobby. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And you can't make people work their business. But once people start seeing the money aspect and the financial freedom aspect of it all, and I'm not saying it's all about money because it's not, but that's a driving factor behind a majority of what people want to do. People want a little extra cash. And when they see it, they're like, oh, okay, cool. And if you tell them what they can make at the next level, they're like, okay. And if they see that, then they're going to keep going. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So do you guys have any questions or concerns?
I don't think so. Not right now. I do want to say something that's been helping me, and that is I'm like I have to break numbers down. Like I'm the type of person that every single month at the beginning of the month break down. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm just going to mute Ashley for a second.
Okay, it's fine. But every month at the beginning of the month, I like break down, 10,000 GWV. I take that by however many days are in the month, and I say this is how much my team needs to produce a day to get to where we're at. That's what I do. And then I do that like every week. I just keep breaking down those numbers and then not only does that help me see like if I think we're going to be paid at title, but it also helps me keep track of what we are producing every day or what we need to like work on, and if PRV is something that we need to be hitting on. And with my PRV personally, I had to break that down too. I said, okay, I want to hit annual mentor, so my goal a month or not annual sales, so my goal a month needs to be 2,500. So I broke that down. I divided that by 4 weeks, and I was like, okay, this is what I need to have each week. And that's the first time I ever did that was last month, and that was the biggest PRV month I've ever had. So I feel like if you have more of a short-term goal versus looking at the whole month and saying, I need to have 2,500 PRV, if you look at that week and say, I need to have $500 to $700 PRV, that helped me more. So
yeah,
if somebody's watching and you need to do that, then
I agree. I think that's a good idea. I think that's a good idea because annual sales and annual mentor come with those bonuses and awards, and it just means you're growing your business in a good way.
right.
And you will always be paid at director if you're constantly recruiting and your team is recruiting. But to get to the next level to star director, coaching is definitely what you have to do. You can't just text somebody. And I mean, I did coaching calls today, and a lot of the things were just, PRV and coaching. You got to do your parties, and you got to coach your people and coach them up strong. And make sure they have the information, because a lot of people don't rely on a Facebook page. They're not going to check that every day, and everybody's needs are so different. So, and it's nice to take the time out to talk to somebody. Right. It makes them feel special. It makes them feel connected, and then you can actually help them with their personal goals.
And sharing it too, like taking a picture and posting it to the team page and saying, great coaching call, here's her goals. Like that will like kind of push her, hold her accountable, and show that you're like proud to be, working with her or him.
Yeah. And I would highly suggest both of you get accountability partners that are other directors. And
Jordan.
Huh?
You gave me Jordan.
I did give you Jordan. And I think that's a good one because she's very driven and she's very organized. And we'll have to find one for Ashley. But literally we can find somebody on the director page, on Directors on a Journey, that's driven and is going to push you to, because that's what I want you guys to do. I don't want you to feel complacent with your accountability partners. I want you to push and really get into what your next level is. Like, this is great. This is a huge accomplishment. Like, what do you want to do next?
Yeah, I agree.
Ashley, I'm sorry, we muted you. You were making a little bit of noise.
It's okay. My dog was in here.
I was like, what is that?
Yeah, it's my dog, and he's getting on my nerves, and I can't close my door because he sits there and scratches at it.
Oh.
So,
he just wants to be with you.
I know, 24/7.
I know, I feel like I can never get alone time. But now, like, I'm baby free this week. I'm not baby free. He's a child.
Aww.
He's a grown child. And he's at my mom's house. And me and Matt were literally like, what do you want to do? And we've watched every single movie that is not a Disney movie this week. And we're very excited. And at the end of the night, we're like, what time is it? Normally, we're running around. We're getting dinner ready. We're getting clothes ready for tomorrow, teeth brushing, bath time. And now we just have all this time. I was like,
what is this?
This is what it was like before we had a kid.
Yeah, we had a kid-free weekend last weekend, so it was nice.
Isn't it? It's so quiet, too.
Yeah.
And I haven't had to clean once.
No, and you don't have to have a schedule. You can just do whatever.
I feel
For the moment.
It's really weird. It's really weird. I did miss him though, and I slept in his bed last night.
Oh.
And I know. I just wanted to be like near his stuff, and I told him that, and he was like,
I loved your video where he was like, you were like, are you snuggling? And he was like, no.
He's a grown up now, so anytime somebody's over, he normally gives me kisses on the lips, and he'll give me hugs, and he's fine. And now he's like, not now.
Oh, no.
Oh.
You're a grown ass man, I guess. So
just wait till he has a girlfriend.
Never. He's never gonna date. No. He told me he was gonna marry the next door neighbor who's 11. Oh. She's 11. And so she's an older woman, and he was going to marry her, have a baby with her when he was 24, but never kiss her. So,
oh my God.
That is so funny.
Good luck with that, because he thinks kissing is gross on movies, and I don't know.
You keep it that way.
That's right. I was like, girls are terrible. We already have a pre-arranged marriage, so we're fine with that. Ashley, I don't think I have a coaching call with you on the books yet. For this
you
month.
said, what days did you say?
I'm going to have to look. It was either Tuesday or Thursday.
I can do either one.
You want to do Thursday?
Yeah, it just has to be after 5.
Okay, I can do Thursday the 18th. Are you going to be in front of a computer at 5:30?
No, I won't be home until between 6 and 6:30.
Okay, let's do 6:30.
Okay.
And are we doing Zoom or FaceTime?
We're going to do Zoom for our meeting because that's what you requested, and I'll send you a link probably tomorrow.
Okay.
So yeah.
I'm filling out my little form tonight. I saw that today.
Tell me if you have issues with that form. That one's an older form that I have, and I haven't used it in a while.
I went
So
over
if you have any issues,
I went over it and it said, have you watched AIM? And
I know I saw that. I was like,
I've done Coach the Coach, so is that okay?
AIM, Coach the Coach replaced AIM.
Okay. I was just checking.
Yep. So you can just say yes to that, and I will update my forms and do that. But yeah, that's basically the rundown, guys. Keep up the good work. You know, keep recruiting, keep coaching, offer the Earn a Kit, do your team page, and you guys are already, I mean, Beth, you're really close to being paid at title second month. Ashley, you're one director away, one frontline director away from star director. So I know that's what I'm saying. Like
exciting.
It's insane. So exciting. And yeah, and growing directors is so important, because when you see the bonuses you get from your first gen directors, second gen directors, and third gen, that's where you're really going to see that pay increase. And we all saw what a superstar director can make on that post. And I'll stop my recording.
Yeah.
Because we can just stop that. Yeah.